Have you ever felt like you're carrying a power that makes others step back? Like there's something about you that both attracts and intimidates people at the same time? You're not imagining it. Today, we're diving deep into why the chosen ones, people like you, naturally create waves wherever they go. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this happens, but also how to use it to your advantage. My friends, what we're about to explore isn't just another self-help talk. This is about understanding a phenomenon that's been happening throughout history, why certain individuals naturally command attention, respect, and yes, sometimes even fear, without even trying. And if you've ever felt different, like you don't quite fit in despite your best efforts, this video might just explain everything you've been experiencing. But before we dive in, I need you to know something crucial. This information isn't just interesting, it's transformative. By the end of our journey together, you'll understand exactly why you've been experiencing what you've been experiencing, and more importantly, what to do about it. Let's explore the 5 undeniable signs that mark you as one of the chosen ones, and why these very signs can make others uncomfortable around you. Sign number 1, your presence disrupts the status quo. Have you noticed how rooms often fall silent when you enter? Or how casual conversations suddenly become more serious? This isn't coincidence, it's your energy at work. The chosen ones carry what I call a truth frequency, a vibration that automatically disrupts superficial interactions and brings depth to every situation. Let me share a story that illustrates this perfectly. Last month, I was working with a client, let's call her Sarah. She'd always noticed how her coworkers would either become extremely engaged or notably uncomfortable whenever she joined their discussions. She couldn't understand why, until we realized something fascinating. Her mere presence was forcing authenticity in every interaction. People couldn't maintain their masks around her. And here's what's really interesting about this first sign, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Wait until you hear about the second sign, which explains why some people might even try to avoid you altogether. Sign number 2, your clarity threatens their illusions. This is where things get really interesting. As a chosen one, you have an innate ability to see through deception and illusion. You naturally cut through the noise and get to the heart of matters. And while this is an incredible gift, it's also why some people might feel threatened around you. Think about it, how many times have you called out something that everyone else was pretending not to see? How often have you been labeled as too intense or too direct simply because you couldn't play along with the collective pretense? This clarity you possess is like a spotlight, it illuminates everything in its path. And just like cockroaches scatter when you turn on the lights, people who are invested in maintaining their illusions might scatter when you enter their space. But hold on, because what I'm about to share next explains why even your successes might make others uncomfortable. Sign number 3, your success defies convention. Here's something fascinating about the chosen ones, your path to success often breaks all the rules that others hold dear. You might achieve results without following the traditional steps, or find solutions that others swear shouldn't work. I remember working with a successful entrepreneur who embodied this perfectly. Despite having no formal business education and ignoring most conventional business advice, his company thrived. Why? Because he followed his intuition, that inner knowing that all chosen ones possess. This unconventional success often triggers others because it challenges their beliefs about what's possible and what's right. It forces them to question everything they've been taught about how success should be achieved. And speaking of triggering others, wait until you hear about the 4th sign, it explains why even your silence can make people uncomfortable. Sign number 4, your energy speaks louder than words. Have you ever been told you're intimidating even when you're not saying anything? This is because as a chosen one, your energy communicates more than your words ever could. You're constantly broadcasting on a frequency that others can feel, even if they can't explain it. This is similar to how a tuning fork can cause other objects to vibrate at its frequency. Your presence naturally raises the vibration of any space you enter. For people who are comfortable with low-energy environments or superficial interactions, this can feel overwhelming. But here's where it gets really interesting. This energy of yours isn't just affecting others, it's actually changing the physical reality around you. And that leads us to our fifth and most powerful sign. Sign number 5, your very existence catalyzes change. This might be the most important sign of all, and it explains why the discomfort you create is actually a good thing. As a chosen one, you're not just experiencing reality, you're actively transforming it. Your presence acts as a catalyst for change, whether you intend it or not. Think about it, how often do things start shifting in your workplace shortly after you arrive? How many times have you entered someone's life, and suddenly they start making major changes? This isn't coincidence. This is your catalytic energy at work. Now, before I share the final revelation about why this makes you so powerful, let me remind you why understanding all of this is crucial. Everything we've discussed today isn't just theoretical, it's practical information that can transform how you navigate your life and relationships. And speaking of practical information, what I'm about to share next ties everything together and reveals why being one of the chosen ones isn't just a responsibility, it's a gift that the world desperately needs right now. The ultimate truth about your power. Here's what ties everything together. The discomfort you create isn't a bug, it's a feature. You're not here to maintain the status quo, you're here to disrupt it. The very things that make others uncomfortable around you are the same things that make you an agent of positive change in this world. Think about it, every major positive change in human history was initiated by people who made others uncomfortable. From Martin Luther King Jr. to Marie Curie, from Einstein to Gandhi, they all carried the same energy that you carry. Your mission isn't to dim your light so others feel comfortable. Your mission is to shine so brightly that you give others permission to shine too. So here's my question for you. How will you use this understanding to step more fully into your power? What changes will you catalyze now that you understand why you create the impact you do? I want to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Are you experiencing these signs? How has being one of the chosen ones affected your life? Share your story, your experience might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear to understand their own journey. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because we're building a community of chosen ones here, and each video I share contains practical wisdom to help you navigate your unique path. Remember, you're not meant to fit in, you're meant to stand out. You're not here to maintain, you're here to transform. And the discomfort you create isn't your burden, it's your gift to a world that desperately needs change. Until next time, keep shining your light. The world needs your particular brand of disruption now more than ever. This is your time. Step into it fully. Stay powerful, stay authentic, and I'll see you in the next video.